So the next thing we got to work on is, where is it? The door. The door is pretty banged up. This has to be flat, like really flat, to fit that window. Because there's only a cutout for the door handle, and then the latch art or whatever it's called. So I'm gonna set this up on the bench and start wailing on with a hammer and see if I can't straighten it out, and then get all this adhesive off and these rivets, because they riveted a piece of plexiglass in here. Get all that off and then lay the glass on here. See if there's any high spots that I gotta hit down or whatever. But we'll try to get that thing to work, and then I'll go around and grind the whole door and paint it, and then we'll install the glass. So let's get to work on that. Well, I whacked around on this door for a little while and wedged it up against stuff and pried and did everything, and it's pretty close. This part of the door I think is straight. I think the reason why it's up here is because down there it's bent. You see, when I push that down flat, it comes up, and I think that this corner has to be bent this way a little bit. I'm gonna put the door on the machine and see what it looks like in the hole. But I think if I gotta just bend this corner up a little bit, I'm just gonna wedge it in between the track and the cab there and just give it a pry and see if we can't get that to fit better. We are very close. The gap around here is all right. This corner dropped down again. It's down about almost an inch from here to here. So I just gotta bend that back up a little bit. I have a little bit of a weird area here. Like this whole door is like kind of mushed that way. So I'm gonna try to get behind it and bend it out a little bit. And again, right here, this bottom corner here has got to bend up a little bit. But we're pretty good now. The glass fits in there really good. Both hinges. It's right to the edge on both sides. So I got the door straight. We just got to kind of figure out a couple of these little bends. So I'm going to go do those and see if it fits again. Actually really happy with that. What I keep doing is I keep wedging the door between the track and the cab and prying up on the door in little corners and areas and stuff like that. I got the glass in there nice and flat now. I have one issue up here, but I got hit with a hammer. Right here, it's just up a little bit. So in this section, I just gotta whack this down a little bit, and I'm talking like, less than a quarter of an inch, and it fits in there good. So I think I'm gonna call that good enough. Really make a difference, because I just doing a lot of hammering and straightening. But like I said, I had to get this plate a little bit back to normal. See how it's in there? So I got it in there a little bit. I hooked up the plate. It's in there. I got everything to work. The door handle's broken off, but I got everything to turn, and I got this thing to work. This spring lever, or the spring actuated lever here. When the door was really folded in and banged up, I could get it to shut and would work. But now that I have the door out pretty good, it's kind of screwing me up. And I'm noticing right now, well, I mean, I noticed it before, but this is what my issue is this part of the door needs to go in that way. And if you can see the gap behind the glass here, the whole door is kind of twisted like this. So I want to try to figure out how to twist it back. So I think what I'm going to try to do is weld a flat piece of plate on the end of this old jack handle that'll push up against this right here, and then on this side of the jack handle, where it meets the door, is put like some sort of like a weld on, like a hook, like here, and that'll weld onto the back of the jack handle here, the plate there, and then when I crank on the bar, it'll pull in on this and push out on that and try to twist this section. At least that's what I'm hoping. And in the meantime, I'm hoping it doesn't break my glass. I don't think it will, because I got a lot of movement to go in here. This is tempered glass, and you really have to kind of whack it on the edges. If you saw one of my videos, I was putting in a side glass window on that thing, and the very last tap, I just tapped the tip of it, the edge of it, with a punch and shattered it. But anyways, that's my own issue. If that happens, it happens. I get another piece of glass for $200 or $160, whatever it was, and go through the process again. So let me try to figure out something to weld onto here, and we'll see what we can do. Well, this is kind of what I made here. I had a little piece of metal in the garage. That'll fit behind the door here. This will fit along there. And now, I need two hands. Let me see if I can do this. Let me go get another breaker bar on the end of this. If that worked or not. It came out quite a bit. This was bent further in. So we have the problem where this is too far in, that's too far out. So I'm going to need to do this a little bit more. Boy. Yeah, it's nerve-wracking because if I break that window, I'm all over. I got to start over again. But at least if the window's gone, I can straighten this door more. Doing something. I don't know if it's the right thing, but I'm doing something. Well, it definitely closed that gap up a lot more, but I don't see the outside of the door bending where I need it. I don't see this part going in. It's a little better. So I don't know if I can't push that out because I'll definitely break the glass, but I've definitely moved this area here. This has come out, so I don't know if that aims this part in a little bit. I don't know, but I'm gonna put it back together a little bit and see if we can't get it to shut. You're asking why I haven't just bought the whole thing. I just was there at the dealership. They don't have anything in stock. They won't have it in stock for, he said, at least a week. And it's really expensive. Like this piece right here is 165 bucks through the dealership. I saw some on like eBay and stuff that I could get cheaper, but I just want to see if I can't get this thing to work, and that way I know my door is at least straight enough. Because the other alternative is buying a door, and a used door I saw was like $1,500 bucks, I think. Or was that the seat? I can't remember, but I think it was really, really expensive. And then you're getting it from another machine, so who knows if it fits right. Should, but never know. Could be really bad. Not sure. But got a little porta power pushing on this dent here, strap holding it in. Hopefully push this out a little bit. So we'll see what it does. Nope. I need to... Do I gotta get the bottom too? I think I need to have the bottom hooked in too. Watching the glass. It's not flexing. Hang on a minute. It's doing something. Alright, let me bring this back. Let's see what it did. It's kind of what I wanted. But let me get something here over and see if we can't. I don't know if that's going to work. You know, I want to get something right here. Out to there, maybe? That might work. Hang on. Other than this part here, I mean, this really needs to go in, but it's just not moving anymore. But I got it to move quite a bit, so let's see if it'll shut. And then I got the door open, and you know what? Let's get this thing on here. So that we can open the door if it shuts. Alright, so I had to slam it, but that shut. And that thing doesn't work. So, when you're in the cab, you can get out. When you're out of the cab, you can't get in. Hopefully we can get out. Alright, so that was super tight. So, we still have an issue. If I could only move this in 1/8 of an inch. Slot those maybe? I don't know. Other than this part here, I mean, this really needs to go in, but it's just not moving anymore. But I got it to move quite a bit, so let's see if it'll shut. And then I got the door open, and you know what? Let's get this thing on here. So that we can open the door if it shuts. Alright, so I had to slam it, but that shut. And that thing doesn't work. So, when you're in the cab, you can get out. When you're out of the cab, you can't get in. Hopefully we can get out. Alright, so that was super tight. So, we still have an issue. If I could only move this in 1/8 of an inch. Slot those maybe? I don't know. I don't even know what to think. I don't know what to do here. Let me find out what I'm missing, because I'm missing something. This lever here makes contact with something that pushes that rod. So let's do some research. Like I said, I can buy all this stuff. That's not a problem. But before I go ahead and spend all that money on this stuff, I want to make sure that this stuff works. Opens and shuts, and I don't know if I gotta do something more with this door. I mean, this door needs to get from here, like this section right here, it'll bring that in if this is bent. That's got to bend just that way a little bit. would work. I kind of wish I had this glass off. Again, I might do that. There's that glue that I used. It seems to be pretty freaking amazing. So I could probably pop this window off again. Probably gonna have to do that. Take this window out again. Yeah, because I can see this air gap here. This is the glue that I just hacked at, and none here. So this bottom of the door, maybe that's what needs to happen. From here down needs to come out. So maybe this bottom of the door needs to go that way. That would get this thing closer to there. That's probably what I gotta do. Alright, I just filmed that whole thing with the camera with the camera sideways. It's a GoPro session, so it's a cube, so sometimes you can't tell where it's pointing. But anyways, I'm gonna reuse this for now. I know it's a little bit bent up, but that's not a problem. I can just put that on the bench and straighten that, no big deal. But everything works in it perfectly. So I'm gonna reuse that for now. This plate right here, I think I'm missing something. Something back here is screwed up. This part works just fine. If I want to grab it with that pair of pliers, it's fine. But it's real bad. You know, this is all screwed up and loose. So this whole thing comes as one piece, minus this bar and this bar. And this bar here was $17, and it was shorter than this one. So I don't even know what this one costs. But so I have to get the small rod, the plastic inserts that go for that, and then I'm going to reuse this long rod here. And also, you see this? It's got these little bumps on it. I wonder if something grabs onto that. But anyways, nothing is different in here. This little L-shaped bracket here, this little thing right there, that's supposed to be there, and it looks fine. That's what it looks like in the book. Everything works perfectly in there. It's not bent or anything. So that thing makes contact with something that pushes on that lever. So that's what I got to do. I got to buy this plate here, a couple of the rods, and then we'll see if we can't get this door to work better. And I'm going to go ahead and see if I see about removing the glass again and really getting this door straight right here. I think how dumb this is. I don't think I'm going to hurt the glass any, but let's see. I don't think I'm scratching it, but I could be. I don't know. I know I'm leaving gooey stuff here. That'll all come off. But I want to see if I'm wrecking the black. Nope. Well, I'm just going to go around there and cut all this glue out. And, oh, I got to knock this thing out first. And then get this glass off. Came out. Wasn't too bad. That blade went right around it. What I'm noticing is, though, it's still wet. And I put this on, today's Wednesday. I put this on Friday, I think. So, it's been almost a week and it's still wet. But anyways, I'm going to get this cleaned up, get the door cleaned up, start beating the crap out of this thing. Try to figure out how to get that wave out of it. And then reinstall the glass. So, I'll get back to you in a bit. What I need to do is bend this corner out. So let's see if we can't use leverage to our advantage here. That's gotta go like this. little thing, this little bump right here. Man, I gotta hit that hammer, I think. It's the thickest part of the door, so everything other than it wants to move. But I got this where I want it, and this where I want it. I just gotta wail on the center section here, and I think I know what I can do here. So let's get back here in a second. All right, with a little persuasion, the door gap looks pretty good. It's still sticking in there, but when I shut this door, it goes all the way to the rubber now. Maybe not up here, but here where it's important. So let me put this mechanism back on and see if it shuts any better. Oh, perfect. Nice. Oh my God. Yeah, that works way, 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 way better. I'm barely even touching it. Perfect. All right, door works good there. I can open it from the inside, not the outside. So we have to figure out what to do there. I'm half tempted to put some sort of like a little, like even a hose clamp, a little tiny hose clamp right around that bar. This handle will make contact with it right there, and it would push it open. Let me see what I got. I wonder if that's what those ridges are for. Maybe there was something that clipped on there. I don't know. Let me look around and see what I got. All right, here's what I got. Found the smallest hose clamp I can get and a piece of fuel line. So I'm gonna put that around there like that. Put that over there. Crimp that, tighten that down, and see if that works. If not, we'll go up to the hardware store and get. I just took a piece of fuel line, cut it in half, and put it around that thing, and tighten up a hose clamp on it. Now it shuts and opens from the outside. So that's what I needed. And then inside, I'll grab another handle for here, and that'll at least get me by for the next 3 weeks until they order the pieces or whatever I need. But no, that's going to work out great. So now the door works. Doesn't lock, but what does that lock do? Oh, I know what it does. Whatever goes on this thing must be a flat bar that comes out. It makes contact with this thing when the door is locked, and when it's unlocked, it slides underneath it. That's got to be how that works. But this works good. Door shuts nice and easy. That's locked, shut all the way, and opens up easy. Good. All right. Now I'm going to take it off, clean it up, wire wheel it, prime it, and paint it, and then put the window on. All right. I'm just about to make a video going down to the boat and getting some Bondo paint on it, and maybe cleaning it up, getting ready for it to go in the water in the next few days. I just wanted to show you something. Remember the door that I just put in? Oh, another new piece of glass. You see this dent right here? It's about this area right there. This stopper was sticking way out and it was bent up, and this rubber is like, you know, hard as rock. And I opened up the door and it didn't shut all the way on this, so I slammed it a little bit harder and that thing came in contact with the bottom of the glass and shattered it. So I grabbed my phone and hit another order, and I got this piece of glass in yesterday and glued it up. I just slapped some aluminum colored paint on here. I'm gonna get the right color paint for the machine. I want to get like that. The newer Takeuchis are like a kind of a cream color, and not the gray anymore. And they gave me the red for the bottom, and then they gave me the gray Takeuchi mid gray for that. But it's actually the inside of the cab gray, that really dark gray. So I'm gonna return that and get the other color. But let's go ahead and put this door on. All right, now that I got the door working and the inside handle, I just put a piece of fuel line on that with a hose clamp, and now the handle makes contact with it. So door shuts nice and easy and opens. So I have this latch all lubed up and working good there, and working good here. Now we're done. Well, except for that, but we're done enough. Now I just got to wait and get a seat for this thing. But anyways, that's going to do it for this one. So if you could, please rate, comment, subscribe, and have a great day.